Are we good?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Earbones podcast. I'm no longer saying of the week because it's a busy world. Things happen. Things get wild. So we're doing, and also another thing we had to drop is the numbers on the episodes, because either the network messed it up with their refresh, or they don't even put them on there anymore.
Oh, you're talking about WWE?
Yeah, not our episode numbers.
I was gonna say.
The wrestling episode numbers.
Yeah.
Like, it's not Smackdown, whatever number we said it was going to be. We might have to go back and fix, like, our in description boxes.
I think we gotta go by dates now.
That's what we're doing, yes. Yeah. Because the network refresh, I need to address this first. The fast forward feature of your network, is it way worse than it ever was?
I didn't use it.
Because I know you used it on your Xbox before, though, and it was bad.
Yeah.
But do you remember it on my PlayStation 4? Do you remember how good it was?
Yeah, it was
how you
nice.
could just, like, hit the button 4 times, it would just keep going, you could stop it?
Yeah.
Now you have to keep pushing the button, or you gotta hold a button. It's fucking miserable.
I don't like the hold button thing. I can't deal with it.
I hate it. I think to find things, it's so much better, but the functionality of it is bad. Very bad.
I agree.
You want to show your new notebook?
I got a new
Proud
notebook.
of it?
I am proud of it.
He'll write notes in it for a week and then
No.
never touch it again?
Because, see, this is my problem. That's too rigid of a notebook. I don't know. Something about that, I feel like I'm confined.
To what? It's bigger than yours.
Yeah. But it felt like a prison. This?
Pages are the same.
No, man. No, look,
You mean
look
just
how
the
supple
covers?
this is.
Yeah, I don't like you doing that.
Look how supple this is.
I'm a book guy. I don't like that.
Oh, I love this. It's like
I know the moment your comic books come in, they come back to board, and you take them out of the bag of board, you roll them up and stick them in your back pocket.
of course.
Like you just left the newsstand.
Yeah.
You're 9 years old in 1947.
I got my cards and my spokes and everything.
47's too far back.
I got my Babe Ruth,
Missed it.
my
Mickey
Joe
Mantle?
DiMaggio.
Who's to do with two finger Lenny? That cannot be a real. That cannot be
I'm
a
sure
real
Two
thing.
Finger Lenny's a real guy, but he's in the wrong business.
He's down kills. He's down the bar. Down the local bar.
Yeah. So I did these. Yeah, never mind.
You did these backwards.
Yeah, but it's
I
fine.
know you did because when you were figuring out what to watch, I didn't want to tell you because if I ever say, "Hey, watch the other one first," you'll back out and never get back in.
You're like, yeah, I don't know.
So I let you go, hoping you were going to watch both. But by the way, this is one episode. We're doing one. We're doing one in this one. So that's what we're going to talk
We
about.
only do one episode this week. We're gonna do one next week.
Yes. This week is first of all, is anything new? It's been like 10 years since we've been here. You had a kid. You got married.
Nothing really new, man. Just
You're just buying toys and loving boys,
don't
like friends and long boys.
that. Oh, I do love some long boys.
You're just buying toys and loving boys. Please name your next video on YouTube that.
Buying toys and loving boys.
Buying toys and buying toys and chewing
I
boys.
haven't done a.
Buying toys, chewing boys.
I haven't done a video forever.
Will you do one entire video? Like, what's the length of your average toy video?
Like 20 minutes.
Please do at least a 15-minute one of you going to stores and buying long boys, like with the camera in the thing, like focus on the long boys, picking them up, putting them back, looking which ones they got, like leafing through them.
I have to do that.
Please do it. I think you might get sponsored by Slim Jim.
Probably.
That'd be badass.
Their social media guys off this fucking rocker. So
I love it. I love it. I don't even eat them, but I love whatever's happening over there at the Slim Jim headquarters. I can only imagine that there's just giant murals of Macho Man everywhere. There has to be.
I know. I've been trying. I've been wanting to do some toy reviews and that, but man,
You need to start focusing on getting that Long Boy sponsorship. Like, while doing a toy video, be like, hold on, Long Boy break. Just snap into one.
long boy break.
Start to snap into one. And then, like, hold it like a cigarette while you're reviewing it. And just...
I got those short boys from
They're still Long Boys.
the Amazon. Are they?
Yeah.
From that. Man, I don't know. They're weird. Maybe they sat outside my house for too long in the sun baking, like double
Why
baking.
they cooked?
I don't know. They're weird.
You should get one of those, like, long cigarette extenders and put a Long Boy,
Yes.
put a Long Boy at the end of it and just hold there.
Just sucking the meat juice out
By
of
the way,
it.
do we even put this up as audio only anymore?
No,
Okay, I'm just asking so if I do something along those lines, I don't have to explain it because nobody's just listening.
we should though.
Nobody watches either, but I'm just saying.
We need to up our production value. I think we need to hit the next step.
What's that?
I don't. Well,
We've hit the next step multiple times, and then just we both slide back down the fucking tree.
well, our foot's in the door.
The door-
Forever.
the door of what?
Smashing. Success.
Both our feet are broken from being
Yeah.
in the door getting smashed
We
because
just-
they don't want us.
We just need to go reach for the stars.
Like Woody.
Yeah, and just maybe grab something.
Not the brass ring. I'll take a tin ring at this point.
We'll work on that. We need to sit down and talk.
What does
I
that
do
mean?
need a cameraman.
You know we're having a talk right now. You know that's all this is a talk.
I need a cameraman to help me do some helmet videos.
You have a tripod.
And we can be famous.
I'll do whatever you need me to do. As long as once you start getting money, I get a little kickback.
Kickback.
Whatever you need me to do.
Kickback.
Just whenever you start making money off of it, I need a little kickback.
We're gonna make it happen.
If you need me to follow you around to the camera in your garage, whatever.
Oh boy.
Even though you have tripods, which could do essentially what I would do.
I have a tripod, and if I move this tripod, it's never getting set back up.
You're right. Maybe you need another tripod.
I mean, we had it on a guitar.
Yeah.
For
But also, this tripod is for a camera, like a real camera, and that's what we would use to record you, correct?
yeah.
Your real camera?
Yeah.
Although cell phones are at the point
Cell
where
phones
you
are
can
better.
almost record on a cell
Yeah,
phone right now
maybe we
and
should
it'd be
just
good.
do that.
Unless your camera records in 1080p.
No, it doesn't.
1080i?
No.
Is that even a thing anymore?
I don't think.
That was a thing at one time.
Yeah. It's a wild world out there. Anyway, so
We
that's nothing's new with me, man.
Okay, I got nothing.
No, nothing.
No, I'm good. My life's fine. I bought a headlamp yesterday, so it's cool.
What were you doing this morning?
What's up? I was hiking. What's up?
Why were you breathing like you're being chased?
I was climbing. That was a mountain.
God.
It was a mountain. It was
My
a
volume was up the whole way, and I'm laying in bed, and I just I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, I was climbing a 3,000-foot mountain.
Ooh, I got lightheaded doing that. I need to work on my cardio.
Yeah, you do. Although I figured out what the scariest noise in the woods alone in the dark is.
What's up?
Any noise.
Oh,
Any fucking noise you hear is the most terrifying thing in the world. It was fucking just, I would hear a little scream, like, and when you have the headlamp on and you turn, it's going right where you're looking. And but like, you can't see it out of your peripheral, so you have to wait to turn your head. So like, you turn, and I'm expecting just like a mutant of some sort, an alien. I somehow snuck up on a deer, breathing like that, and climbing,
the deer just didn't care.
like right by the trail, and I didn't see it. It took off, like when I got up by it, and I turned my head. By the way, as soon as it took off, I just figured my life's done. I figured, okay, it's been fun. It's been a good day. It's been a good year. I guess this is it for me. I just figured I was dead. But I turned just in time to see, like, it's like tail feathers. They don't have feathers. It's the hair, the tail, the actual tail fly off. But yeah, I thought I was dead. I honestly 100% thought I was dead.
It's just a deer. Was it a buck or a doe?
Didn't know what it was.
Oh, you didn't know. Oh, okay, I see.
And you can tell the size of something when it moves in the woods like that. And then I ripped my head, and I was like, I just figured I was dead.
Related story. A long time ago, I was at my ex-girlfriend's house in New Jersey, and her mother kind of lived in the woods. So I walk outside, loading up the car, and all I hear is, there's a fucking huge buck, like literally 3 feet from me, like stampering and stuff. Man, I thought I was dead that day. I've never been more scared in my life.
And nothing came about it, though.
I just slowly walked away back in the house, never said a word.
You didn't tell anybody?
No.
Were you scared that you thought they would think you knew what you were supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Listen, next time you tell a story, and nobody's going to watch this, so it's fine, you can do this. Amp it up a little bit. Say you got that fucking thing in a headlock.
No, man.
Say you fucking tore your
It
shirt
was
off.
so big. It was like a moose.
Say you took your shirt off. It's not a moose. If you saw a moose, you'd probably defecate in your drawers.
I'm not saying what did or did not happen.
It also didn't help that when I bought the headlamp last night, and on the way after getting it, I just Googled randomly nocturnal animals in Western PA because I knew I was going to be. I hiked for 40 minutes in darkness this morning. Like sun didn't rise till 6:40. I got on trail at 6, so I hiked in the darkness for 40 minutes.
What are you doing?
Why? It's because sunrise isn't until 6:40.
Yeah, but
I have time restrictions on my life.
do you?
Yes,
You do. You're very busy weekend.
I
know
do.
how you do it.
I do nothing during the week. Nothing.
Well, you willingly don't do anything during the week.
I mean, I go to work. I go to the gym.
Yeah, but you don't like your weekly routine be messed up.
No.
You don't fuck with that.
No. I could sometimes. Some days I wish I had something to do. But then the problem is the time in between when like me getting home from the gym and eating like lunch and then me wanting to be in like home in bed is like so short that like there's not much room in between there. It's like, well, could I drive 20 minutes to do something for an hour? Yeah. Will I? No, I don't travel, you know? Just what happens. I don't travel. Yeah, so some of the animals that are nocturnal in Western PA are as follows: black bear in certain areas, which I'm gonna see a bear one of these days. I know it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna love it and be thinking I'm gonna die the whole time because I've never seen a bear in the wild like that. I know they exist.
I stumbled upon a bear once.
I know they're out there. Well, that's what you do. Because they're not gonna come close to you if they know you're there. Coyotes. I can see a coyote out there.
I've never seen a coyote.
Fishers.
God, I didn't know what a fucking fisher was until I looked them up.
27 years of my life, I didn't know what a fisher was. And then I learned about them, and I was like, oh, I've been hearing those things for fucking years.
I actually hit one. And I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Do you know they did a study? Well, do you know why there's fishers here now? Because they weren't here our whole lives.
Yeah, because they brought them in to get rid of...
The porcupines.
Yeah.
Because porcupines were killing trees.
Yeah.
Do you know there's more? They did like a study. Because fishers are like native to Canada. We may have talked about this in the show before.
Really?
We may have. Fishers are native to Canada, but they brought them down because they hunt porcupines. There's more fishers per square mile in like Cambria County than there are in all Canada.
Really?
Yeah. They just fucking let them loose.
They're weird, aren't they?
They're like weasels.
They're like little otter.
They're like weasels. Yeah, they're like mongooses.
Yeah, fucking.
And they hunt porcupines.
I've never seen one like I saw the one I hit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is it? I was like, shit.
Oh.
And it was good. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. My onomatopoeia just got away from me.
Yeah.
I was on my way to my pap's funeral. It was fucking weird.
Okay. What is the way of onomatopoeia? Like, if you're gonna... Like, the first time that somebody made the word for a sound, when somebody made an onomatopoeia, what's the term for that? Is it onomatopoeizing? Onomatopoeizing? Onomatopoeing? Making an onomatopoeia? I want it to be onomatopoeizing. Onomatopoeizing.
Onomatopoeizing.
I want it to be onomatopoeizing.
I mean, wouldn't it just be making a sound word? I mean, wouldn't you just go...
Onomatopoeia is the word, though. Onomatopoeia is the word for the sound word. Like, that's what it is. The sound word is the onomatopoeia.
Yeah, but I thought onomatopoeia was just, like, encompassed all words used for sound.
I just thought...
Like, that's an onomatopoeia.
By the way, that's a thought that happens to me on a hike, so you get to enjoy that. That's what happens in my head.
I could
just
go
randomly onomatopoeizing. Why? We wouldn't even talk.
No, because I'd be 40 miles back there dying.
I'd pick you up on the way back by. We should do that sometime. We should start it out, and then I'll do my 10-ish miles, and then on the way back, I'll pick you up at about 1 or 2.
I'll bring some books to read. Want to pass out?
I don't read books on a hike.
You should.
I can't. I almost broke both my ankles today. In the sunlight. It wasn't even in the dark. The sun was out.
You almost always die.
Separately. Almost broke both of them separately. Right one almost twice. I'm really good at, like, when my ankle twists, like, catching with my other foot quick enough. And, like, my ankles... I think my ankles are double jointed. And, like, I can save it. Today, I had that thing where it, like, squeezed in that way and then got warm. Like, that's how close it was to fucking snapping.
Ew.
And I was 5 miles from any road. So I was going to do some fucking crawling if it was snapped.
You shouldn't really do this by yourself.
Yes, I should. No, who's going to come with me? I don't have anybody. I've put out open invites. I've put out open invites saying, hey, come hike with me. I'll even do a lot less than I normally do. Nobody's interested. I know what I look like. I'm not going to get a stranger.
Man, if I didn't have a kid, I'd be right there with you.
I thought about opening up this kind of... Business is the wrong term. But I wanted to start a thing called, like, Hikes with Brand or something like that, where people will pay me.
What are you, a Sherpa?
Listen, you know a lot of people want to hike. They don't know how to start or where to go. So, like, they pick the level of hike they want to do, and I'll just, like, take them on a hike. Not even one-on-one. I'll do groups. I'll just take people on hikes. I feel like I could do it.
Up Everest.
No, I'm not a Sherpa. I don't live in Nepal. I don't wear... I don't know what to say without sounding offensive.
I was going to say, holy shit, where do we go?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I thought I knew what it was actually called, like what they wear.
A babushka.
No. Apparently there's a man babushka craze happening right now. Apparently in
know.
LA there's like men wearing babushkas.
We need on.
I mean, we need to get...
Yeah, can we get
to get involved. Somehow this became the babushka episode.
We haven't seen each other in
decades.
A week.
You had a kid since I've been here last. I made your kid cry earlier. Don't even know what I did.
She doesn't know what you did.
Today we are covering Smackdown without a number from February 8th, 2001, coming from Charleston, South Carolina. We're coming hot out of whatever the last fucking Raw we did was. I don't even remember. But this is the first episode where we're inputting our match ratings from the app Grappler.
Grappler.
Grapp. No, it's Grapple. It's not Grappler.
Grapple.
Grappl
There goes our fucking money.
on the App Store and on the. It's not the iTunes Store anymore. What is it?
It's the App Store. It's
And the Google Play Store. The App Store and the Google Play Store. Those are the two. Holy shit. Yeah, you can just go in there, rate matches. They're working on adding WCW now, from what I got from development. I was in contact. Man, that sounded important there. I said a Twitter DM. That's what I got. But let's just get into this, I guess.
Let's just fucking slam it
The
in there.
first thing that I noticed was, did you see who the sponsorship of SmackDown was? Who sponsored SmackDown?
I didn't.
The movie, Saving Silverman.
What?
Which I recall being the first movie, like, adult comedy, like a comedy made for adults. Don't really know if it was, but I saw that movie. I remember, Jesus, he just blew somebody's ears out. I remember wanting to see that movie, and then I saw it, didn't understand what was happening, because it is like an adult comedy, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Sarah Silverman's in it, maybe.
I feel like it's a little early for Sarah Silverman, isn't it?
2001.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to look this up before we started, and you got me all worked up.
On what?
Let me look.
Because when I think Sarah Silverman, I think like end of my high school. It's like 09.
Oh, she's been killing it for a while.
Yeah, but has she? She's only 30.
She's not only 30. She looks real good.
Wow, good for you, Sarah Silverman.
How old do you think Sarah Silverman is? By the way?
Probably realistically 42.
By the way, Sarah Silverman is not in it. I don't know why I thought that, but hold on. How old do you think Sarah Silverman is?
42.
Sarah Silverman is 48.
No fucking way.
Yeah. She looks damn good.
Oh my god.
And I love Sarah Silverman.
Wow.
December 1st, 1970, she was born.
The year of the ox.
All right, Saving Silverman had, do you remember Steve Zahn? Oh, Jack Black's in it. It's Steve Zahn, Jack Black, Jason Biggs. Neil Diamond makes an appearance.
Wild stuff.
You remember Steve Zahn, though. He was in a lot of movies at the time.
No,
This dude.
Oh, yeah.
He might have been in Kangaroo Jack.
All right.
If that's the movie I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think it's about somebody... Misadventures of buddies J.D., Jack Black, and Wayne, Steve Zahn, who begin to suspect that their best friend, Darren Silverman, Jason Biggs, is going to allow himself to be badgered into marrying Judith, Amanda Pete, a woman he doesn't love. They decide to reunite him with his long-lost love from their school days, even if they have to kidnap him to do it. So they actually kidnap him to meet up with her. It sounds kind of problematic at this point. It sounds like they're really screwing over this woman. Even though, I guess they would probably set this woman up as they're badgering him to get married. But what do you think the score of this thing is on Rotten Tomatoes?
4.5.
18%.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I know we're going by percents.
You don't know what Rotten Tomatoes?
They change.
I think you need to watch it. I remember enjoying it.
I remember that guy.
Is that Steve Zahn?
Yeah, with the raccoon.
I remember watching it like a second time and enjoying it, or maybe I just liked it because it was the first time I watched like an adult comedy. I don't know, but either way, what was it rated? Watch it be fucking PG.
PG.
And I'm like, oh, adult comedy. Jack Black, he's out there telling jokes and dancing weird.
Telling jokes.
Dancing weird. Sarah Silverman rating. I just need a rating.
My notebook won't sit right.
Press the spine down, bud.
I did.
Usually it has the rating on here, doesn't it? It says crime romance. That doesn't sound real.
I mean, sounds like a crime.
It looks like it was rated R. I don't know. Why is that not on here? Maybe PG-13. Either way. In 01, I was 11. So that would have been, more adult than what I've seen up until that point. Small Soldiers.
Wow.
But yeah, SmackDown sponsored by Saving Silverman. I don't recall a time where a movie sponsored a wrestling event before this.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it may have been like a Hulk Hogan, like a Mr. Nanny, or a Suburban Commando, or a No Holds Barred, or a... What if I just went on and named every movie in Hulk Hogan's career?
I'm just going to let you go, man.
I don't know if I have any more.
He's in Rocky 3.
He was in Nash Bridges. That was Stone Cold. They both might have been in it. Stone Cold... Or no... Hogan had his own TV show that was similar at some point. I think he was in The Swamp. Whatever. Let's get into it. Vince comes out to start the show. Immediately sets a number one contender match. for the belt at No Way Out between The Rock and Big Show. And if there's nothing else we could say about Vince McMahon, it's that he loves a good raffle lottery situation.
Yes.
Loves it.
He should be one of the girls that knocks the balls up.
They don't knock the balls up. They just move the thing so the balls can come up.
Isn't that amazing? How do you get one of those in your house? Like, what if you did that, but what you were going to eat for breakfast was on the balls?
You could do that, but yours are all going to say Pop-Tart.
No, I've been eating that fucking disgusting...
That doesn't sound like a good sentence for you. What, like smoked salmon or smoked salmon?
The cream cheese.
Oh, you don't like it?
I love it. It's growing on me.
Why are you saying it's disgusting?
No, it's a weird mouthfeel for that early in the morning.
I hated LaCroix when I first started drinking it.
I hate everything. I just keep making myself...
Because you know what the first LaCroix was that I drank? Coconut.
I love coconut.
I love it now. The first time I drank it, I was like, this is beer. Like, that's how bad it was to me. I was like, this is beer.
Foul.
But I loved the aftertaste.
I remember the first LaCroix I had at your house. It's terrible.
I'm glad you appreciate that I introduced you to things. Because I was going to say, hey, wasn't I drinking LaCroix a while ago? But I didn't want to be that guy.
You're being that
so
guy.
I let you come out with it.
Oh. You set me up.
I did.
Oh.
I set you up.
I've been bamboozled.
I hung a fucking curveball, and you swung and hit a nice solid single.
Home run double.
Yep.
Fielded it.
Essentially, the lottery situation is it not a fucking convoluted
It is a wild thing. I did.
Because Austin and Triple H can't touch each other, Vince sets up representatives for each to face off, and whoever wins, the person they're representing gets to set the stipulation for their match. Holy shit. Why? He asks for a volunteer to come out, and Regal and Trish come out, because wouldn't Trish be involved in this storyline?
Multi-layered stories.
Yeah. Trish pulls out the balls, and Vince says, those orbs look real nice in your hands, Trish. Moving on. At one point, Regal kisses Trish, and then she reprimands him for it later. But basically, we got Billy Gunn representing Austin, and Y2J representing Triple H. So, segment was... Vince is a great heel, although I honestly felt like at this time he could care less about this show. He's all in on XFL at this point. I felt like he wasn't being Vince, he was playing Vince. That was just what I got from it. I felt because he wasn't out there actually getting heat, he was just being the character he thought he needed to be.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like Vince, it just felt like him pretending to be Vince. And Vince has always been great at being that guy. Mm-hmm. But I honestly felt like he cared about nothing but XFL at this point. Because it was the second week of XFL. He's trying to get it rolling. So, we come to our next match. Well, our first match of the show. We have the Hardys and Lita versus Benoit and Saturn with Terry. Let's get out of the way. What'd you rate this match?
I don't know. I have to look on the graphs. I didn't write it down.
Why would you not write it down? What are you doing with your life? Okay, I'll go first. This match for me got 2.5 stars. Now, do you have a way that you rate these, or is it just by your heart? Like you watch and you're like, oh, that's a fucking 4-star match.
No. So listen,
what's your criteria?
A 3-star match. Every match can start at 3 stars.
It starts at 3 and it
starts at 3.
Bad goes down, good goes up.
Yeah, three is an acceptable match. 4 is a great match. 5, wow.
Okay.
2. Something's going wrong. 1 is probably a squash.
Okay.
No stars. I mean.
Okay, you got yours out of the way. So I think I've mentioned mine the last time, but I'll put mine out there now. My criteria is as follows: 1-star match, okay match, just a match. Doesn't really do much, but it's there. 2 stars. It's a decent match. It's fine.
What match is this?
This is Hardys and Lita versus Benoit and Saturn.
I gave this 3.5 stars.
I got 2.5 for me. But you want to interrupt me again when I'm talking about my criteria? I let you finish yours. I'm talking about how I rate, and you just this match.
No, I really don't want to interrupt you again. Go ahead.
1 star, okay match. 2 stars, good match. 3 stars.
2.5.
I got 2.5 for me. Listen to my criteria. 1 star, okay match. 2 stars, good match. 3 stars, great match. 4 stars, amazing match. 5 stars, to get a 5-star match, has to be a perfect match. Because we can't go higher than 5. Now, there may be exceptions on here, like if we get to a match, I mean, it's 2001 WCW, so or WWF. But if we get to a match that could go 5, we can supplement a 5. But in my mind, 5 is a perfect match. It has to be a perfect match to get 5 stars. So in my mind, if you even reach 4-star territory, that's a fucking amazing match. 4 stars for me is an amazing match. 3 stars, great match. 2 stars, good match. 1 star, it's a match. So we do have different criteria.
We are.
It sounds like some of your ratings are going to be higher than mine. It seems I'm going to be a little harder on some things. Mm-hmm. I also realized that there might be matches. I think I'm going to rate them like if something happens, if somebody interferes, and we'll get to that. If somebody interferes and the interference is what ends the match, I may count that angle towards the rating.
Which is fair.
But if a post-match thing happens, I'm not going to count it towards the rating.
Now, is that after the bell rings? Doesn't count.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
But if what is causing the bell to ring, like if somebody gets disqualified, I will count that towards the match, personally. This got 2.5 from me. The finish was a tad too much for me. There was too many distractions of finishers. I felt like Jeff probably should have picked up the win with the Swanton, because that was a nice little series that happened.
It was nice.
But then it was just like, then Lita got involved, and then Malenko got involved. Malenko was genuinely trying to kidnap Lita on live TV.
Yeah, it was amazing.
He just picked her up and started walking away.
Snatched her.
He just started walking away. Jeans Malenko at it again. Basically, Benoit and Saturn win. Benoit gets a crippler crossface. Yeah, it got a 2.5 for me. There was finishers galore towards the end. It was fine. Like 2.5, it's a good bash.
I really like Perry Saturn.
Oh, I'm a Saturn fan. I like Saturn a lot. I like all 4 of these guys, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But I never liked Perry Saturn when I was a kid. But now,
how much Perry Saturn did you experience though? Especially if you were watching it at 1. I think the New Radicals came over in like 2000. You were already probably hit or miss at that point.
I was going.
You were already a lapsed fan at that point.
No, I thought it was a good match.
Because I experienced Saturn in WCW. By the way, there's going to be some Saturn stuff on here that you are not going to enjoy. I promise you that. He gets punished by creative a few times for things. And
with this mop.
Oh, there's some bad stuff.
We'll get there.
There's some bad stuff. So, Hardy's with Lita versus Benoit and Saturn. 2.5 for me. Did you say 3 from you? 3.5?
3.5.
3.5 from you? All right, well, there we are. Next, we have Steph and Trish drama, which it's A-plus level stuff.
Yes.
Steph is fantastic in this role. Like, I don't think I ever saw Steph as a decent actress until I saw this. Like, she's doing well. Like, the whole, like, pettiness situation of Steph is perfect. It's played off perfectly. I love this angle.
I feel like we're like a fly on the wall of, like, her and Triple H's, like, couples therapy or something. It's weird.
But, like, it's not even involving Triple H. It's involving her father.
I mean, it might have been an earlier segment this night, but, like, they're both sitting on the couch complaining. Triple H is all upset about what Vince did for the stipulations.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on here?
It is a weird moment, but I love her being petty about Trish. Like, they're talking about it and watching it, and just out of nowhere, like, Triple H doesn't even mention it, and she's like, yeah, how about Trish getting involved in that? Why would she? That's just garbage. And I just like, wow, Steph, that pettiness is great. At some point, Regal calls Trish a buxom wench, which I know you're a fan
Yes.
of. I know you're a big fan of buxom wench. Cuts into a backstage segment. Al Snow wants to talk with Vince about Mick Foley again. And Vince tells him, oh, you better get to the ring. You got a match. So the key to that story is, if you annoy the boss, he'll put you on TV. That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
Because he's getting a shot. You know, Kai Tai's not out there having a match. They're not getting a shot. They're not annoying the boss.
You're right.
Al knew what to do. Wow, 3 backstage segments are on this. I didn't even notice that until I just was talking about it now. Triple H wants Billy in his locker room.
First off, Billy Gunn's fucking over somehow.
He's not.
The crowd fucking popped
The
for
women
him.
love the one Billy Gunn.
If
If you recall, he has had one match in the past year. Like, it's February 8th. He's had one match that we saw. He may be wrestling on Heat. We don't know about that.
Yeah.
But he's not doing much.
I like it. Triple H goes to shake his hand. He's like, I'll pass, thanks.
Yes, because Billy Gunn's not been the best actor in the history of the business. He's not the best personality in the history of the business. But he basically, Triple H asks Billy to take a pin. Tells him to,
lay down.
Take a pin, lay down on him. Let me get the stipulation. I really need this. Billy says, nope, I'm going for myself. This is, you always are for yourself, so I'm going to be for myself. And then Triple H hits him with a fire extinguisher.
Murders him.
The first time a fire extinguisher is used to hit somebody, not spray them.
Oh my god.
And I know you love a good fire extinguisher.
It was sickening.
Even though it wasn't a spray. I know you're a big fan of sprays.
There's a fire extinguisher later.
Yeah, I know. And I know it's your favorite spots in wrestling. I know you love the fire extinguisher. You love it.
Okay, maybe.
You do. You're a fan.
Leave me alone.
You remember when they did it under the stage and it came up through the metal?
Perfect.
Great.
Perfect.
Great stuff. And now we cut to the middle backstage segment. Al Snow is in the ring, but his partner is not there. And I think Michael Cole even calls him out. He's like, Vince lied to him. Told him he's already in the ring, and now Al's in the ring, and there's nobody here. Here comes his opponent for the second show in a row, I guess. Al's put in the ring with somebody that is just supposed to be like this brutal monster, which Al Snow uses his enhancement talents. An interesting choice at this point. Because he was over with the head stuff. Like he's like head stuff's already old at this point, but he could still get it over.
Yeah.
But Rikishi with Haku comes out. What's your rating on the Rikishi?
2.
2? I got a 1. It's a 1-star match for me because Al Snow had a tiny bit of offense.
That's what I liked.
It's basically a squash.
It is.
It was basically a squash match. And then when they actually go to the back after the match, Vince actually says squash like a grape.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we knew was going on. Vince also announces. By the way, isn't this a segment that he's on the phone with XFL?
Yes.
Yeah, weird stuff. Just always the XFL stuff. I don't know, man. But he announces Triple H will face Jericho tonight since Billy Gunn can't compete, which that's actually exciting. I heard Triple H and Jericho, and I was like, yeah, here we go. Like, did you look up the card before you watched this show?
No.
Because I didn't. I was like in this. I was like, yeah, I want to see Triple H and Jericho. That's what I want to see. AEW champion. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now here comes the third match of the night. Edge and Christian versus Dudley's for the tag team titles. Dudley's coming in as champions.
Yep.
What do you give it?
I gave it a 3.75.
Whoa, big baller! You loved it.
I did.
This
love
match
it.
is over for you.
It was amazing.
It's a 3-star for me. It's the highest match so far. Give it 3 stars.
Fucking
3 stars is a great match. Remember that. For me, 3 stars is a great match.
the bombs Christian was taking for no reason were insane.
I added a star just for Christian's glasses alone.
That's fair enough.
Where did Christian find these?
I don't know.
Because Christian didn't have a gimmick. You notice that? Glasses. That's all he had. Edge had a trench coat. Edge had a couple moves he did. Christian didn't get over because he couldn't do anything. They probably told him, no, you can't wear that jacket. You can't do that. You can't pretend like you're lost.
I mean, I guess Christian had nothing, but it was awesome.
I loved Christian.
I love Christian too.
Now, if it was between the two, especially at the time, Edge was clear, head and shoulders the one.
Oh yeah.
But
Come on.
but looking back now, like when I'm watching this, I appreciate Christian a lot more. It's like when you're a comedy duo. One guy is the funny man, one guy's the straight man. And you don't realize until you look into it more that the straight man has to do all the heavy lifting.
All of it.
The funny guy gets the laughs. The heavy man, the straight man has to do all the heavy lifting of getting the jokes over.
Put it there.
Yeah, you don't notice that, and I feel like I'm respecting that with Christian because he goes in some of these things. And I mean, it's not like Christian was ever untalented. Christian has always been extremely talented.
Oh yeah, and he had a good run in
TNA.
Impact.
TNA, yeah.
So
It wasn't Impact at the time; it was still TNA.
oh, sorry.
I believe he did have a run. He had a run as the ECW champion too when ECW was a WWE property. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll
I wonder when that happens because then we'll have to start watching ECWs.
We need to watch an ECW night. Holiday Hell '97.
No, I got one to watch tonight.
Oh yeah.
I got one. If you're into watching an ECW night, I got one for you to watch tonight. I'm pretty excited about it.
You got to promise me
What?
Stevie Richards is in it.
I can't guarantee it. I don't think he is actually.
Lance
Why
Storm.
Lance Storm is in it.
Okay.
Why do you just want to keep watching the same Holiday Hell over and over again?
I like Stevie Richards.
As a guy that never watched ECW before, you think you want to watch more. You're like, nope, that's the one. That's my pay-per-view. That's all I need.
It's my hill to die on.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, anything about this match? Anything particular?
Yeah,
shout out to you?
fucking Kane and Taker come out.
Yeah, but nothing about the match before that happens. Because I worked that into my rating because I think that actually made the match a little better. Because both of them look strong, even though it's kind of Taker. The Brothers of Destruction will never look weak.
Yeah, I mean, I think tables in general were more over than anything.
It was weird that I don't recall the Dudleys being more over than Edge and Christian, even when Edge and Christian were heels. But then again, I do remember Edge and Christian getting booed out of the fucking building for doing the same thing that they did when they were faces. Like the 5 seconds of flash photography.
Yeah.
Like they were booed out of the building for that, and then when they were faces, it was the fucking most hype segment of all time. Like it's just wild that that's how it happens. But I think that also says a little bit about the company. They were still able at the time to lock in and get the fans to think what they want them to think.
Yeah, there's very distinguished heel and face.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we found any gray area yet, you know?
I mean,
watching right now.
yes,
Right
you're
now.
correct. I'm trying to think, because there were some characters that were in the gray area, but they were either heel or face because they were in the gray area. Like Stone Cold.
Yeah.
He was anti-authority, which would have been a heel any other time, but he was over. So he's in the gray area, but he's 100% still a face. So that one got 3 stars for me.
Good match.
Next we have Raven versus Hardcore Holly with Molly Holly for the Hardcore strap. And here we go. You talked about it. The match starts with a fire extinguisher
Fire
spot.
extinguisher spot.
And I know you were like, okay, it starts at 4 stars now. I know you looked at that.
Calm down.
And you were like, that's starting at 4 stars. Here we go. Raven chokes him with a dinosaur.
Yes.
At some point.
Amazing.
It made me think of Christopher Daniels in The Last Being the Elite. I was like, what's Christopher Daniels doing on here? Hold on, I think there was a... Oh yeah, there was a sign in the beginning of the show that I forgot to mention that said, Lita, please talk to Hef. With a big Playboy logo on there. That dude is struggling. That guy. When he woke up and he's like, I'm going to wrestling tonight. And it's going to be me. I'm going to be the one that convinces Lita to get in Playboy with a sign. A very elaborately drawn, colored sign.
I'm sure it might have helped.
I'm going to put the trademark beside the bunny so they don't confiscate it. And it's going to be me. I'm going to do the damn thing.
Hugh Hefner's dead, right?
Yeah. He died a couple years ago.
Okay.
With a lot of money. Although Playboy was severely downhill when he died. Now they're a non-nude magazine. They're like a Maxim now, I think. Are we good?
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, they are. I'm not interested.
I wanted to pick up the first issue, but it still felt weird. Like, I went and found one on a newsstand. I don't even remember where it was. But I was like, I think I'm going to buy this. And then I picked it up, and it was still in, a bag.
Apparently you keep them under your bed or something.
Why?
Because you pulled that one out the other day.
It was in my magazine box.
So quick.
I have it. We talked about this before.
I know you have some. I didn't know.
No, that's one. That's the only one I have. It was the first Playboy I ever saw in my life. And I love Drew Barrymore. I found it at the flea market, and I bought it. Because I was like, I need to own it. That's a major part of your life. Do you recall the first Playboy you ever saw? No, because it wasn't a celebrity. That's what was big about Playboy. It was the celebrity aspect of it. I don't even know if I knew who Drew Barrymore was when it came out. Okay, I didn't read it when it came out. When I saw it. My dad kept his in a Kohler on top of the oil tanks in the furnace room. I don't know what he's doing in there.
Filling tanks up.
And the weird thing is, him and his friends used to go back in that weird room together. Pretty sure it was, to smoke weed or something. But the fact that the porn was in there, in hindsight, I'm like, what are they doing in there? And I knew the porn was in there before I knew what weed was. So in my head, as a kid, I was probably like, why are they in there looking at nudie mags together? What's going on in there?
Yeah, just buds.
It's a couple of buds hanging out, giving each other's HJs, you know? Just enjoying life.
Friendship, man.
Enjoying life. You don't look at each other, you look at the pages. Understand? When somebody shoots, you just tap them on the shoulder with the other hand. Say, we're done. That's not how you live your life.
I think I need to start.
That's not how you live your life. My shoulders are too back. This work. I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I don't know where we just went. King has a line in this match. Back to Raven versus Hardcore Holly for the Hardcore strap. King has a good line. It says Raven looks comfortable surrounded by trash, which is a great line from King. He came through with that. Before we get to the finish of this match, what'd you give this?
3 stars.
3. You loved it.
I did like it.
Actually, 3 is used as a standard match. So,
yeah.
Well, 1.5 for me. 1.5.
That's fair.
It was okay, but there were 1 or 2 spots that were just throwaway spots that were the most interesting parts about this match, where I think there could have been. When I remember the hardcore title, I remember a lot of innovative stuff, and this was just kind of, oh, I'm gonna hit you with a trash can, oh, I'm gonna hit you with a chair, I want to check it with that. The choke him with the dinosaur was arguably the most innovative part of the match.
It was.
They didn't even mention. Like, they kind of just glossed over it.
I mean, it's no throwing planted pots, but
Potted plants. Planted pots. It's grape sauce.
Maybe.
Molly Holly attacks the ninja accomplice that shows up. We don't know who she is yet.
It's amazing.
Hardcore Holly hits a brainbuster for the win. Raven gets his belt back after his accomplice attacks Hardcore with a 2x4. Weird. I don't know really what happened. Like, the ending was real screwy. Like, Holly was trying to take the mask, or Molly was trying to take the mask off, and I guess Raven was like, Raven went out, and Hardcore Holly was just like incapacitated, and then Raven like threw her off, and then Molly was like injured. I don't really remember what happened. It was strange.
And I just watched it. So.
Yeah, and Raven got his belt back. Whatever.
Yeah.
Another sign here. Hey, Eric, who's the jabroni now?
Wow, some shade there.
Somebody got tickets, and their friend didn't. I should make a sign for AWDC that says, "Hey, Stick, who's the jabroni now?"
Rub it in, man.
Should I do that? I mean, I'm in the rafters, so.
You might still be on TV. Maybe they'll pan.
Actually, they might make me come down because Meltzer said the ticket sales are tanks. He says you can get tickets now for $8.
Really?
Yeah, because so many scalpers bought tickets and they're not moving. Because I guess people assumed it was sold out and they can't get tickets now.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Backstage segment, APA and Jackie and Kat playing strip poker.
Yes.
And it has Bradshaw just wanted to take his pants off.
Yes, it was the greatest thing ever.
He like,
just
wanted
to drop trout.
Take the pants. You want the pants? Take the pants. I'll just take the pants off.
It was amazing.
And like Kat and Jackie were like, your shirt? Shirt. And he's like, pants? You want the pants?
He kept standing up.
He's like, I lost a hand. Pants? And Farouk doesn't care what's going on. He's just drinking beer. Doesn't care. And that leads us into the APA, Jackie and Kat, who are the right to obscenity or something. Like
yeah.
They've made the
what a mess.
Yeah. Versus RTC, right to censor. One of your favorite. How do you feel? This is the first time seeing Steven Richards in this environment.
Sense
that you know him now as prior Steven Richards with the long hair, the crop tops. How do you feel?
It's jarring,
but it's good. Like you
it.
realize how good he is.
I get it.
You realize how good, and he's the leader, which makes it even better. What do you give this match?
2.5.
2.5. 1 star from me. It was
a mess.
Kat's not good in the ring.
What the fuck was she wearing?
Kat is really not good in the
gear?
ring. Like, and I don't mean like not good as in the women of this time, aside from a few. Like Ivory was great in the ring, but she had like glow experience. Jackie was great in the ring, but she trained with some of the best wrestlers of the time.
Yeah, Jackie and Ivory had a little go in this match, and it was
I don't mean Kat's bad against like today's wrestlers. I mean Kat is bad in the ring.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to take a bump. Didn't know how to do a Bronco Buster. I just think she was so green, and I don't know. I don't want to like say that King got her put in there because it was his wife. I don't know, but people were definitely people still loved her. So I guess that's all you need.
You're gonna take your clothes off. That's what you mean.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Shit, if I get over like that, I'd be naked all the time.
And I'll be honest, they protected her okay in the match, but when they brought her in, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Ivory gets a pin with some leverage from the ropes. 1 star for me. It was a match. I don't have anything really good to say about it. Or bad really. Nothing to it was a fairly quick match.
It was.
Moving on to Y2J versus Triple H. Did Angle come out for commentary on this?
No.
That was the final match.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Y2J versus Triple H. Jericho comes out and he always has fire promos on stage.
Yes.
So I have to imagine, like, he had to be backstage talking to Vince and Steph saying, like, hey, I'm going to go out there and do this promo on you. Because you don't just go out there and fire on the boss's daughter and the boss. Like, she's still the boss, basically, at this point.
Yeah.
You don't go out there and do that without telling them.
No.
Like, they had to be close. Just fires on Steph constantly. And great stuff. Just to rile Triple H up, basically. That's what it was for.
It's amazing.
Before we get into the match, what's your rating of this match?
3.75.
Okay, this is one that we're closest to. I gave it 3.5. This is a hell of a match.
It's a good match.
It's 3.5 for me, which means it's a great match. Because 4 for me is an amazing match. So it was a great match. It's 2 of the best of all time. I'll say it. Now maybe they weren't in their working prime at this time, they were still good, but Jericho's not in his working prime because he's in between being the high flyer and being the like strategic man.
Yeah, but this is also
A throwaway match in
on
2001 on a SmackDown.
you know?
Correct.
I mean,
but they both came out and put in
I'm
work.
not saying they didn't, but they're not going that extra step.
Jericho's the thing where he would jump, like the opponent would be outside of the ropes and he'd jump on the ropes and drop kick them. He jumped on the ropes and like clotheslined him off and went outside of the ring. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I don't know if
it was wild.
I know what you're talking about.
Because it happened and like I saw him go for the move. I was like, oh, Jericho's patting a drop kick. And he landed outside the ring with him. I was like, what happened? I was stunned by that. It was just great.
This made me miss Tripp's fucking face buster.
Why?
I just love it. I don't know. It just always looks so cool how he jumped with him. I don't know.
Oh, you mean on the knee?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
No
good.
one does it anymore.
No. I also like his running high knee.
Yeah.
When he does the Irish whip, bounces off the ropes, and hits him with the running high knee. Yeah. And Triple H always had a hell of a spine buster, too. Shout out Arn Anderson. Big Arn. Throwing a fucking spine buster. Yeah, 3.5 for me. Great match. Eddie sneaks down at some point, distracts Jericho enough for Triple H to hit the pedigree for the win. Post-match here, which I didn't include in my rating, was fantastic, though.
I did, because it was, I don't know.
Stone Cold comes down, offers Triple H a beer. Eddie wants one. Austin says no, and just gives him a stunner. So there's your beer, bud. Jericho gets Triple H in the walls, and then Austin drinks beer in his face. That's honestly basically how that ends.
That's awesome.
Like Austin drinks beer, dumping it all over his chest and all over Triple H's face while he's drinking.
Up and opens him right in his face.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good moment. It's a real good moment. Now, backstage segment.
Weird backstage segment.
Weird's not the word you're looking for. The word you're looking for is racist. This is a very, like, I think the fact that S.A. Rios not speaking a lot of English really worked against him in this one. Like, he was probably told the spot, and he didn't really understand what was going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's also 01. He might not care.
Oh, it's 01. Yeah, it's a weird time. Basically, Angle blames S.A. Rios for stealing his T-shirt. In and of itself, whatever. You can blame a worker guy. I don't care. Whatever. Then says, what's that smell? Why do you smell like alcohol? You smell like tequila. Which, you could have picked any alcohol. Like, the fact that you went with tequila, we're on a racist road already.
I liked it.
We don't have to hit the hammer. We don't have to hit the gear. But we do. Angle then goes on to say, did you sell my shirt for tequila? Did you buy tequila? You sell my shirt. I need you to go get me a shirt. S.A. Rios challenges him to a match. Then he walks away and Angle says, you want me in the ring? No, I know you've been drinking. Which, what are we doing? That was a great line by Angle. I hope it was improv. Like, I really do. Because I think Angle had that in him at the time. He was just rolling. I actually didn't hate the back and forth. I just thought watching it with 2019 eyes could have been done differently.
I get it, but
it was humorous and it gave us a match. Where were they going to wrestle on? Heat. Yeah, that's a match we need to find. It's probably a 10-star.
Yep, sure.
10-star match. Angle comes out for commentary for the #1 contender match.
Wow.
Big Show and Rock.
So good.
Here's the thing. There's a few signs that say you suck.
I wrote that down. I said, you suck sign.
Yeah, nobody says it, though. Nobody's saying it yet with his music.
Yeah.
But there are 2 signs that say, like, Angle, you suck, or you suck, Angle. Which is interesting, because that means it was in the zeitgeist of wrestling at the time. So, what did you say was good already? The match or Angle on commentary, or both?
Both, more so Angle on commentary. And for some reason, him and Michael Cole back and forth was...
What, him yelling at Cole?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah. What'd you give this match? The main event of SmackDown from February 8th, 2001.
3.5.
Got a 3 for me. That was a good match. There was a few moments in this where it was clear that Big Show was trying to catch his gas. Like, Big Show was reeling a few times here. Rock puts Big Show through the announcer table to punch, which is
awesome.
an interesting part.
It was weird.
Really interesting. I might have pointed this out to you before, and if I didn't, I kind of don't want to now because you're never going to unsee it. But I'm going to ruin it for you since that's all I look at. Have you ever noticed The Rock's boots?
What about him?
His calves are out. Like, his boots are around his ankles. cut out of the back, and there's the strap at the top of his calf. His calves are out. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
It's weird. Think about it. Think about that boot right now. That's weird.
I mean, it's weird, but I always thought it was so he could do his toe thing.
What toe thing?
When he works his punches, he flicks his toe in a weird way.
You don't need your calves for that.
You try to move your fucking leg like that.
I wear boots every day. I wore boots for 11 miles today, bud.
Yeah, but you're not doing fucking toe things.
You don't know
like
what I do out there.
You're right, I don't.
You don't know what I do out there.
Fucking out there working punches on deer.
Yeah, you're damn right. I put a bear over yesterday. Put him over.
You laid down for him, huh?
By the way, I'm working on a weird short story now that's like it's all a wrestling match. Like it's about me and my opponent and us like towards the end of a match and the ref's hand almost hitting 3. And at the end of it, my mom comes outside and says, "All right, gather up your toys." It's just me on a trampoline with my pillow buddies. That's good stuff.
I like it.
It's good stuff. I'll send it to you after I finish it. So yeah, the match, there was a way too long of a bear hug in this, way too long of a sleeper. There was some stuff going on.
I think so. Big Show could.
Granted, the crowd was still into it. I haven't seen anybody care about a sleeper in a long time, and the crowd cared about the sleeper. They cared about the bear hug. It was weird.
You know why?
Because The Rock.
No. Because they had the hand drop. Best thing.
I know why you gave us a 3-5. It got a half a star for a Hebner spot. It got a half a star for an Earl Hebner spot.
I may have Earl bumped in here.
Yes, I knew you would. A couple of nasty chair shots from Angle, though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like CTE level shots. Like ready to just get that brain looked at after death. Rock hits the rock bottom on the chair for the win, and because Big Show's so big, the ref couldn't see the chair under him, which is good stuff. I'm on board for that.
I liked it.
3 stars. Wrapped up well. Solid enough show. I thought it was a solid enough show.
I really liked it.
First thing is we need... Do we rate it first or do we rate it last? We rate it last.
Yeah.
Favorite part of the show?
I'm going to say...
By the way, I like this rating when we rate the matches because it gets us through these faster.
Yeah.
Because when we go through like piece by piece on the match, it seems to drag a little bit. We're just trying to streamline things. Trying to streamline some
I'm
things.
going to go with Bradshaw trying to take his pants off.
Okay. Interesting choice. Bradshaw pants. Off. Try. What am I fucking Googling this? Man, I honestly might have to say that it's, man, I want to say Malenko trying to kidnap Lita, but that's fucking problematic at best.
God, we're in 01.
Yeah, I know. But no, I think, honestly, Y2J and Triple H, I loved that match. It was what I wanted to see. I don't think I appreciated Chris Jericho as much back then. I mean, I knew he was Chris Jericho. I loved Chris Jericho at WCW. I liked him when he came over as Y2J. But at a certain point, it was like, I've seen what Jericho does. But like now when you see him going out and putting on that same fucking, giving it everything he has every single match, it means a little more to me now. Which doesn't make sense with whom, like, I thought Ric Flair was the greatest of all time when I was fucking like 6. And like that's not somebody you would normally appreciate when you're 6.
No, especially with what he was doing at the time.
I used to put on clinics at that time. That was 96, 97.
I get it.
When he cut his hair, it's a whole other ball game. Yeah, so I gotta go Y2J versus Triple H. It's actually, my favorite thing is a match, and it's actually my highest rated match of the show. So, versus Triple H. I think it's my highest rated match of the show, right? What did I give that tag team match? A 3. Yep. 3.5, highest rated show. Alright, least favorite. I'll go this one first, since you did the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I actually liked the tequila spot, just that the racism in it. So I'm not going to pick that because it is 01. I think that hardcore match could have been much, much better. I think it could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm going with. I'm going with Vince playing Vince being Vince.
That's fair.
We didn't get Vince McMahon. We got Vince playing the role of Vince McMahon playing Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he was checked out.
It was like a 3D fucking impression of himself. Like he was just doing an impression of himself being this character.
It was weird.
It wasn't connecting. He didn't really. You could tell he didn't fucking care. So I'm putting Vince's carelessness. What's yours?
I'll take that Al Snow Rikishi match.
The
please.
whole match.
Yeah.
You hated it.
Didn't like it.
All right.
Other than El Snow getting a DDT in.
Versus Rikishi. What about Haku came in with the Tongan claw?
I don't like Haku that much.
Whoa! Whoa!
What?
He's a legit badass. You want him to rip your teeth out? You know he did that. He went to a bar. Some dude stood up to him. He reached in their mouth and ripped their 4 front teeth out of their mouth. Do you want that?
No.
What if Haku shows up?
I'm pretty sure Haku's dead.
Haku is not dead.
Oh, God.
Haku,
never mind. I like Haku.
Haku is very
You're
much
great,
alive.
Haku.
Haku is very much alive. Leave my teeth alone, please. I need to clear it.
He doesn't eat.
We don't fact check here, but I need to make sure. If it's about death, sometimes I do.
That's good. At least we have standards, right?
No, Haku's very much alive. He just was with Bola Club like last week.
Oh, yeah.
He's part of the OG Bola Club.
Oh, boy.
He's 60.
Damn.
6'1", 300.
Damn.
I was going to try to pronounce his name, but it would probably come out in not a way that I needed it to. Okay, rating. Do you want the rating or do you want me to give the rating?
I gave it 7.5.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
What?
I really enjoyed it.
You don't want me to tell you what you rated the previous show?
That's okay.
I'm going to look.
Okay.
You rated the 6. The Raw was a 6.
That's fair.
You rated the last Smackdown. You didn't, because we forget to do this sometimes. This show is a... There was a lot of stuff I liked, but I felt like it didn't come together cohesively a lot. Like, even though that kind of Austin Triple H storyline was throughout, it felt kind of forgotten at times. It's like a 6.5 for me. What did I rate the last Raw?
Like 5, maybe?
6.25.
Oh.
I kind of want to give it a 6.25, but because I don't remember that Raw, I'm going to say it's a 6.5.
Fair.
6.5. So good stuff on that front. What are we at? What kind of time are we at?
An hour.
We're an hour. Okay, so we got enough time to do the new segment.
Yes.
I just recently got heavily involved in the podcast All Fantasy Everything, hosted by Ian Carmel, usually with his friends David Bory and Sean Jordan. I adore the podcast. I love the idea of fantasy drafting things that aren't sports related, which is what that whole podcast is. And I know we have 3 listeners tops, but if that's something that appeals to you, go watch it because it's fucking hilarious as well. But I wanted to start doing like mini drafts between you and me, and if we have a guest, which would just be Brian and Grapes normally, they could get involved. But for the first one, we're doing cereal.
Cereal.
And
Yes.
we're going to play rock, paper, scissors, so you get the first pick.
Okay.
Once something comes off the board, you can't choose it again.
Okay.
So like if you choose something that I was going to choose, I can't take it. And if I choose something that you were going to choose, you can't take it.
Okay.
So we came up with mini lists for cereal, and we're going to draft them. Ready for rock, paper, scissors?
Yep.
I won. I get the first pick.
All right.
So coming out of the first pick, here we go. And fairly new cereal, actually. And I know you're not a huge cereal guy, but you could have also went like obscure with this. Like you could have went like cereal you only eat dry, or even like what you like in a cereal bar, or even like I don't know, wild and say fucking oatmeal. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
Oh, I see.
I don't know what you like.
I see what you do.
But mine is a very new cereal that I think changed the fucking game. I just ate 3 bowls of this yesterday.
3 bowls.
I couldn't stop.
Holy cow!
I haven't had cereal in a while, and I opened it by my table with always a bad news. You got to open it, pour it in the bowl, walk away. You can't have the box sitting beside you.
What?
And then if you have milk too, oh, you're eating minimum 3 bowls.
What is it?
Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms. It's Lucky Charms with Frosted Flakes. It changes the goddamn game.
That sounds amazing.
Now, I've had the Frosted Flakes with marshmallows, but because the marshmallows are like a generic marshmallow, it's not as good.
You're on such another fucking level with cereal than me.
I don't think you understand. Cereal is my life, man. I fucking love cereal.
I know. I watched a 45-minute of you reviewing cereal.
I could have another 45-minute one. I've had
Please.
many more cereals since then. But no, this... And by the way, I highly recommend you give this shit a shot. I'll even bring some to you in a plastic bag next week if you want me to.
I'm in.
It's Lucky Charms branded. Like it even has their new 3 unicorn marshmallows in it, which they haven't had before. And the marshmallow, you would think that like the weight between the flakes and the mellows wouldn't work, but it does.
Never thought about cereal that much in my
It
life.
does. It works so well.
But all right.
Now, it's pretty goddamn sweet. Like, that's the thing. You better be prepared for a fucking sweet cereal.
You ate 3 bowls.
Man, I couldn't stop. I fell immediately asleep. I think it was diabetes. I also only slept 3 hours the night before, but the cereal did not help me stay awake.
Well, clearly.
But yeah, Lucky Charms Frosted Flakes. And I was pretty sure you were going to take it, but there was a stretch where I need to have that cereal because that's number 1 pick for me. That's number 1 overall. He's coming off the board. He's on my team.
Okay. All right. So
it could be anything. It could be cereal you love now. It could be just your favorite cereal as a kid.
this is my favorite cereal as a kid. I used to eat it dry. Berry Kicks.
Berry Kicks.
Berry Kicks.
Were you a Wick child?
No.
I was. We had Kicks and I hated it.
Were they
You weren't
berry,
allowed
though?
to get flavored Kicks.
Okay.
When my family was on Wick, when my mom was on Wick, and like it was that like I don't know, is Wick a national thing or is it just
I
like?
think it's just Pennsylvania.
All right, well, Wick was like what women's something. It was basically like welfare for mothers.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's still around.
It's still around, but I mean it's not national. You said.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
But we would just like you would just get the shittiest stuff. Like you would only allow we had plain Kicks. As an adult, I've had plain Kicks. It's not awful, but as a kid, when you just want the fucking a bowl of sugar, essentially, when I was putting sugar on Frosted Flakes as a child because it wasn't sweet enough.
I've been there.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah. I couldn't eat plain Cheerios as a kid. You needed sugar on those cocksuckers. I was putting sugar on Kicks. It was a rough time for me. Kicks is a weird cereal for me as a kid. But you love it that much.
Yeah.
Berry Kicks is coming off the board
Berry
for
Kicks.
you. Berry Kicks is number 1.
Yeah.
It's your number 1 pick.
I probably honestly haven't had it probably 20 years.
But would you still eat it dry? Did you eat it dry wet as a kid as well?
I never had it wet.
You've never had your favorite cereal with milk in a bowl.
No. Because I'd always like if I came home from school sick or something with a headache, I'd go to my grandma's and
She had no snacks, but she had a box of Berry
she had
Kicks
a box of Berry Kicks. Okay?
And
And I would
no
just
milk.
sit there and house them.
and no milk.
Just no milk.
But you've never.
Never.
So you didn't even really eat cereal for breakfast as a kid then, or you did? They just didn't care about it.
Teenager. Not as a kid.
But there was nothing as a teenager that you loved as cereal wise. We'll get there. Don't say anything.
Yeah, I
because
mean,
they
maybe
might come off the
something.
board.
Maybe something. I don't know.
All right, Berry Kicks, man. That's wild. That's a wild.
The
pick.
Wild Berry Kicks. It is wild.
I didn't see that coming at all. I'm fucking thrown. I feel like you just took like a punt returner for the first pick. All right, second pick. And I mean, you can't stop me. Maybe I'm going wild here. Okay, maybe I'm going wild.
Go for it.
There's a cereal I love that a lot of people complain about. A lot of people say that it's a dangerous cereal. They say it's too hard. They say it fucks up your mouth sometimes. That cereal's Captain Crunch. I'm not taking Captain Crunch.
Oh, okay.
You can have Captain Crunch.
I don't have Cap Crunch, but
I'm taking Colossal Crunch.
the fuck is that?
Colossal Crunch is the multi-meal generic bagged version of Captain Crunch that is softer and way easier to eat. How many bowls do you think I ate? I'd come home ripped. Just ripped. Higher than I've ever been in my life. I'd sit down at my kitchen table, turn the black and white TV on like it's 1962. How many bowls of cereal do you think I ate? Standard size bowl cereal. Standard size. Like not a salad bowl.
Well,
Standard
you
size.
had 3 yesterday, and you were pretty sober, maybe. So I'm gonna say 7.
It has to be. It has to be in the 7 territory. 7, 8, 9. Just... And it would be so special because we didn't have milk all the time. So if we had milk and cereal, shut it down.
Where do you go?
Shut
Where
it
do you
down.
go from there?
I'm going to eat 22 bowls of cereal. I'm going to get high again and then eat more fucking bowls of cereal. That was my fucking teenage years. My love of cereal, that's where it probably comes from. No, we talked about where it comes from because when I was a kid, I didn't have many good things that I enjoyed, and cereal was one of them. It was comfort for me, and it still comforts me. But when I was high, yeah, cereal was it, man.
See, I like Captain Crunch because I like it. My mouth fucked up.
I like Captain Crunch, but I'm telling you, Colossal Crunch is where
I'll
it's
have to
at
try it sometime. I'll try it sometime.
because it's a different texture. It's a little softer, and honestly, if you ever look at the nutritional facts of those multi-meal cereals, way more sugar.
I believe it.
Why? It's because they want poor people to have all the sugar. It's like, hey, you're buying a bag of cereal. Yeah, we're gonna just take the weight of cardboard in sugar and just throw it in the bag. That's what we're gonna do.
Hey man, nothing healthy is cheap.
That's true. That's true. That's why the Impossible Whopper is $7.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'm fucking wilding out over here.
All right. So,
Second pick. Here we go.
real guilty pleasure. Shredded mini wheats.
Standard,
Frosted shredded mini
but like
wheats.
standard, like
Yeah.
not the new flavored kinds.
No.
All right.
Par for course.
Hold on, I gotta cross that one off my list.
You serious?
Yep. And I don't know why it's a guilty pleasure, but that is a cereal that, like your Lucky Charms with Frosted Flakes, not necessarily a dry cereal. Your Colossal Crunch can be a dry cereal. That's if you have no milk. But like your Frosted Mini Wheats, that's a snack.
Yeah.
Like, you could just eat those like chips.
They're good. And like you push them up against the roof of your mouth and suck the sugar off them.
I just ate them.
Oh.
I didn't have time for that. I was a high overweight kid. I just wanted snacks.
You were.
I just wanted snacks, man.
Good
I
stuff.
lost a lot of weight one year when I was still high, though. I don't understand what happened. I know I was walking a lot, but it wasn't that much.
Yeah, we did walk a lot when we were kids.
I walk a lot now.
I don't.
No, you do not. Although, it sounds a lot better when I say hiking rather than walking. Because it sounds like I'm doing it purposely, and I am.
Almost went for a walk today.
Where, to DG? To
No,
the keg?
I was gonna
What time's
walk.
keg open?
What time's it open? It's open for lunch, brother. 11.
You're up there drinking a mimosa? I'm going to come here one Sunday. We're going to have a Sunday fun day. We're just going to drink mimosas. I'm just going to go to the keg with you. I'm going to get just shit-faced on a Sunday and drink
Serious,
mimosas.
Jim?
We're going to do it.
I'm in.
I've wanted to have a mimosa day for a while just because they look incredible and I want to feel fancy.
They are delicious.
I want to feel fancy because mimosas make me feel fancy.
We'll even get champagne.
I
We're
had...
not going to bitch white wine it. It's
Oh, no.
champagne.
When I was in my
A little bit of the bubble.
very young days, I don't remember where it was. I was with some real weird dudes. One of them's name was Potato Chip, and the other's name was Pee Wee. And we had they called them like, and it can't be good. It has to be a problematic name, like ghetto mimosas. And it was like Colt 45 or like some malt liquor, and I don't remember if it was orange juice or it might have been orange juice, and they also put like some orange schnapps or something in it. It wasn't to enjoy. It was to get fucking ripped.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, that's why I don't remember where it was or who it was. Because they
Fucking
did
lit.
me in. They did
Fucking
me in.
turn.
That's a weird story though. I know, it's fine. Move on. So your second pick, Frosted Mini Wheats, I had to pull it off my list. Okay. That's why I'm glad I made a list. My third pick, which would be my first pick overall. I've talked about it on the podcast before.
Uh-huh.
I knew I could wait for it because I knew you weren't going to take it. I knew you, unless you were being a dick and fucking counter drafting me, you weren't going to take it. My favorite cereal of all time, which I haven't had since I was fucking like 12 years old, Quisp. Quisp is my favorite cereal ever. They still sell it, but you can only buy it like straight from the distributor. You have to buy like a gross of it. Like you have to buy like 12 boxes.
Gross.
And I haven't had it since I was a kid, and half of me wants to keep that memory of how good it was,
Don't ruin it, man.
and half of me wants to buy 12 boxes and eat them in one sitting.
Nostalgia's a hell of a thing.
But also, they may have altered like the way they make it and everything now. I'm not sure. I have to try to get it at some point. But it's like little corn saucers, I believe. We've talked about it on here many times.
Yes.
I love
You love
Quisp.
Quisp.
Quisp, it was my number one pick, but I knew I could wait because I knew you weren't going to take it unless you were being a dick.
Oh, no.
So Quisp is number 3, and that's my draft. My draft is over. It's my 3.
Well, my last one,
So who you got? What's your last one coming up? As a non-cereal guy.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Tried and true.
CTT.
Tried and true.
CTC.
Probably my brother's favorite cereal growing up, so that's why I ate it so much.
What's your opinion on the French Toast Crunch? That was apparently huge in the 90s and I missed it. And then it came back.
That's the most recent cereal I've eaten.
Like in the 90s or when it came back?
When it came back.
Okay.
It's back now.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
I had it like 2 weeks ago.
And you like it.
Oh, I
Eat
love
it wet
it.
or dry.
Both?
What's the big difference between French Toast Crunch and Cinnamon Toast Crunch? No cinnamon?
Yeah.
That's it.
It's in the name.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, which it's a big thing. It doesn't... Your milk gets cinnamony,
Where's the egg?
There's no egg. It's just maple syrup over fucking cereal.
You need, if it's French toast, it's egg.
I understand how it works.
Put a hollandaise on it.
Yeah, I know. Do you even eat hollandaise?
I have.
You like it?
On eggs Benedict?
That's the only thing you eat, I know.
That's
Not
it.
you're a monster.
Yeah. Artichokes, I heard.
Oh, what? Oh, no.
Or asparagus, maybe? Something with an A.
No.
Yeah, it took me, let's call it, 3 years to realize that the taste I was tasting was lemon.
Yep.
Like, I knew it was egg and
Oil.
cream, vegetable oil, olive oil,
It's usually olive oil.
olive oil, egg, and lemon. I didn't realize it was the lemon. And then there's various other spices, I imagine.
There's
But
Worcestershire usually.
that's what it is. But yeah, the lemon. I never understood what the taste was, and it's the lemon.
Yep.
Took me years.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Why would you take French Toast Crunch if you love it so much?
Because it doesn't hold a spot.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch does,
Yeah.
because it connects you with your brother.
Yeah.
You guys are just sitting on the couch next to each other, eating fat bowls.
No.
He'd talk about how much he loves the Republican Party.
Oh, no, not back then, man. Not back
What
then.
was your brother doing back then? Volunteering at the fire department?
I don't know. My brother left the house, but I actually have like real memories.
What time did your brother leave the house?
When he turned 19.
No, I meant like what time you wake up in the morning and take a shower and leave.
Oh, he slept all day.
How many years are you and your brother apart?
10.
Guess that makes sense. Well, I don't know what makes sense. I don't know what equation. I don't know what equation I'm putting into it.
I don't know either, man.
But yeah, okay. So there's our drafts. There's our cereal drafts. I went. My team. My draft is Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms. Well, I guess it's Lucky Charms Frosted Flakes, Colossal Crunch, the multi-meal generic brand, and Quisp for my number 3 slot. You went with your Wild Berry Kicks.
Yeah.
Number 1 spot.
Oh, yeah.
You went with Frosted Mini Wheats as a dry snack. As what? Do you eat them wet? Have you eaten them wet?
I've eaten them wet.
You have to eat them fast.
No.
I don't like a soggy.
Ooh.
I don't like a soggy.
Ooh. They're like just milk bombs.
Have you had the flavored ones of those?
No.
The brown sugar cinnamon are fantastic. The blueberry are fantastic.
Blueberry sounds good.
Strawberry are okay.
Now, they gotta be mini wheats.
Oh no,
You don't regular.
You don't
too
want a
big for
monster.
anything.
Well, no. There's mini wheats. There's frosted wheats, and then there's the frosted. There's the wheat. The wheat is one giant brick. By the way, you like bricks. It's right up your alley. You just put a brick in a bowl and then like pour some milk on it, wait like an hour and a half, and then just beat it with a spoon, and then like eat gruel. It's just fucking weird stuff. I had that once in my life. Almost turned me off of cereal. Almost turned me off of milk. Almost turned me off of using bowls. I almost never used a bowl again. I was like, it's only plates for me. Here on out. Plates, that's it. I might not even use a spoon. It's too similar to a bowl. I'm going. I'm done.
It's amazing.
Oh, it was awful. Awful stuff. The flavored versions are good, though. Although, you're not really a cereal guy now, though. So I kind of get it. Do you ever have cereal with anything else other than milk?
No.
You never tried water?
No.
You had money. Your family had money. That's what that means.
I guess.
I've put water on many cereals.
Sorry you had to go
Also,
through that.
do you want better? I melted ice cream once and put it on cereal.
That's how you get monster weight.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It was delicious.
I bet.
It was fucking amazing.
It can't be healthy.
I've tried orange juice. I'm sure I tried coffee at some point.
Ew.
It was, dude, if we had liquids in the house, I gotta give it a go. I don't like certain cereals dry, so I'm gonna put some liquid on it. And there's something special about that connection with the cereal and the milk and the mixture of it and the spoon and getting the perfect bite. So
You eat
good.
cereal.
I
It's
love
amazing.
it. I love it. I could go on forever.
It's hell as old as time.
Do you have any left on the board? Any picture left on the board?
Reese's Puffs. Reese's Pieces, whatever. Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. I just had some dry Reese's Puffs today.
Yeah, they're good.
One of the only cereals that's way better dry than wet.
You're not wrong.
In milk, loses all flavor.
You're right.
There's none. No flavor of Reese's Puffs.
It all seeps into the milk. It's weird.
I got a random... it's a weird time to be alive. It says Travis Scott's Reese's Puffs on it. He's on the cover, like, dancing. Yeah, I don't even fuck with Travis Scott like that. Like, I don't really care about Travis Scott one way or the other. But it's like a limited edition box, and obviously you know my life. So I grabbed them, and that's why I had some today. I left Fruity Pebbles, because I do love a good Fruity Pebble.
Good Fruity Pebble.
I left Boo Berry. I could have put a couple more of the...
To be honest with you, I never had any of those.
Never had them.
Never had Frankenberry, never had Blueberry, never had Chocula.
What about...
Never had any of those.
What about... Damn it, I'm missing it. There was another one that they made. Every time it's brought up, I talk about it, and it seems like a dickhead when people say it.
It's really old.
Fruit Brute.
No.
Fruit Brute. You never had Fruit Brute?
No.
Me neither. Apple Jacks with marshmallows.
Apple Jacks are
really, really... With marshmallows.
Oh, I never had with marshmallows.
Really, really good. They're the same marshmallows they use for the Frosted Flakes marshmallows, but I don't see... although Lucky Charms just put out a berry Lucky Charms. A fruity Lucky Charms.
That might be good.
Where the oat pieces are fruity and well, I had Fruit Loops with marshmallows, and the marshmallows and the Fruit Loops are a little strange because they're fruity. I don't know. It was weird. Raisin Bran. I'm a big fan of standard Raisin Bran.
I like Raisin Bran.
As a kid, mountains of sugar on it. Couldn't eat Raisin Bran without sugar. Now, love it.
Yeah.
Without sugar. It's fucking fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I could go on about cereals all the time, but those are the main ones I had on my list. The only thing you left off your list was Reese's Puffs? You got nothing else?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Frosted Flakes.
They're more than good.
They're great.
They're great. Great. All right, so there it is. If you want to vote and tell us who won the draft.
Who won?
Again, I'll run them down. I
You
had
decide.
Frosted Flakes Lucky Charms. I had Colossal Crunch, and I had Quisp. Stick had Wild Berry Kicks. He had Frosted Mini Wheats, and he had Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Man, you might get me on this. Quisp might have cost me this draft.
I think it definitely.
I'm fine with it though because I go from the heart. Like I pick from the heart, and that's a true heart pick. I'm sticking.
I get
with
you.
it.
I get you.
So that's it for this episode. Hopefully we'll have another one up next week. So stay tuned. Let us know what you think. You want to plug everything you need to plug? Your Long Boy review video coming up?
Yeah, maybe. Check out my channel. Maybe I'll get back to making toy videos eventually here.
All those are in the description.
Yep, everything's in the description down below.
All the Twitters, all YouTube channels.
Like, subscribe, comment, vote. Let us know.
Yeah, if we want to be a successful podcast, the next step would be putting an audio-only show out and getting on the iTunes store. That would be the next step that we have to take. Not in fucking 20 years. We haven't put an audio episode out.
I'll get to it. We need it on Spotify, too.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
That's on you. You're the tech guy. I'm the talent.
Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Well, thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions for us to do something or watch something, do it. Maybe we'll do it. We'll see what happens. We have a pay-per-view coming up, which means we have plenty of time. Because when we watch pay-per-views, they're fucking 3 hours, and it's hard to fill the time. So you want us to play tag in there, we'll do it. You want us to play Duck Duck Goose, maybe we'll do it. Let us know. You want to invite Stick's dad in so we can say, well, I don't know what's happening. Like he's the dad of Goldbergs, we can do it. Who knows? Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to happen. Thank you for watching. Tell your dads. They'll really like this. Now, 01 Wrestling, they're in. Your dads will love it. If you made it this far and you're not a dad, bless your soul. So, from here on out, gotta ask yourself, what would Haku do?